One of the top complaints I get from people who say that they do not have time to manage their online community or even to start a group is that social media sucks so much of their time away, right? Between Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever playground you like to play in, right? You can get sucked in to the timeline time and time again. So in this video, I want to show you my favorite plugin on Chrome. It's a Chrome extension that helps to save you a boatload of time when you are visiting your social media platform of choice. My name's Tonya Kubo, and I specialize in online community design, development, and growth. And, in addition to doing social media strategy for prospective group owners or for existing group owners for free and paid communities, I also have an online community management agency. And the only reason I can sit down and focus, especially when I'm doing the proper care and feeding of communities, and I need to go from, say, maybe I need to take care of 3 to 5 communities in one sitting. The only way I can get that done in a timely fashion is if I'm not getting sucked into the timeline, right? Getting sucked into this newsfeed. So here's my Facebook, right? And it's a mix of, friends who I adore, right? Like cute little Pinewood Derby. Love the picture. I want to know about my friend Janelle's son and how he did. And I've got ads and I've got friend posts and I've got stories and I've got reels somewhere. It's like the list goes on. And if I just want to scroll through just to get caught up, I could be here 30, 40 minutes. Right? Because I'm getting group updates, I'm getting personal updates, I'm getting sponsored updates. And then if I go over to Instagram, now I'm not somebody who typically scrolls Instagram on my computer. I typically interface with Instagram on my phone, but it's the same thing. It's a wild, long, lengthy list of updates. Twitter, now I follow fewer people on Twitter, so it's not quite to that regard, but I get a lot of ads on Twitter. And, we've got LinkedIn as well. And, YouTube isn't any better. YouTube's got all sorts of stuff here. So how do I manage this? Well, the best way that I figured out to manage it, because you've got 2 choices when you want to manage this, right? The first is just buckle down, go in, do what you want to do, and get out, right? So one way that I have managed that in the past is I bookmark, so I use my bookmarks and I bookmark all of my communities, and I just go, that way when I log on, I can go community to community to community to community. But that does not stop me from getting sucked into cute little Girl Scouts selling cookies on my timeline. So here's my solution instead. It is called Newsfeed Eradicator. It is a Chrome extension. It is absolutely free. You can get it through the Chrome web store. And all you have to do is just download it for free. You can see it's got 200,000 people are using it. It's considered a productivity app. It is amazing. What it does is when you enable it, it replaces your newsfeed with a single quote. So you see an example here. How wonderful is it that nobody need wait a single moment before beginning to improve the world? Anne Frank. So with not much to read on your timeline, there's not much to suck you in. You can go in, you can take care of the things you want to take care of, and then you can move on. But here is what a lot of Newsfeed Eradicator fans don't even know yet. Recently, Newsfeed Eradicator has expanded itself to include almost every single major social media platform. So you saw what my newsfeeds looked like before. Now, if I select eradication on these. Okay, so I can't eradicate Twitter. I can't do that either. Okay, let's see. All right, I have not allowed permissions on these. Well, let's see here. I can allow. There we go. All right, so we have it running on Facebook, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn. Let's see what it does. All right, so here's Facebook. Now look at that. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Nothing to distract me. Now keep in mind, I still have all of my shortcuts here on the left-hand side. I can still go to my groups. I can still go up here to my notifications and check those out. I can still send direct messages, but I am controlling the input that comes in, that visual input, by cleaning up my timeline. Now, if I go to Instagram, this is all I see. I don't see stories across the top. I don't see any ads. I can search. For any account that I want to check out, I can check out Reels over here on the left-hand side, right? My left-hand navigation has not changed, but there's nothing to see here. And so I can get in, and if I'm here to send messages, I can just open Messenger and move on from there. And then let's see. I have not tried it on LinkedIn before, so let's see, what is it like on LinkedIn? Refresh, refresh. Well, that's how it looks like on LinkedIn as well. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. Okay, so now you see how Newsfeed Eradicator works, and you can toggle it on and off at will. I don't typically keep it on unless I'm on a tight deadline, but you can choose to keep it on all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. The other thing you can do, though, is you can adjust the quotes it gives you. So it has several built-in quotes, which are enabled here, but let's just say I'm an affirmation person, right? And I want to, whenever I go into social media, I want to be confronted to an affirmation. Or maybe I have other quotes, other things that I want to keep reminded of. Like I keep thinking that I should add this to my middle schooler's computer, and I should just have like mom directions, right? Like, don't forget to clean your room. Have you brushed your teeth today? Right? I could totally do that here. And all you have to do is have your quotes, whatever they are. These are some that I just generated. I don't even know if they are real or fake, but I was looking for some quotes on Community. So I go here, you add the quotes one by one, and you have to separate the quote from the attribution with a tilde. So I've done that, right? Quotes each line, save it. There we go. I can delete any quotes that I don't want. I can now have just my quotes and not use the enabled quotes. And if I go here, now I've got community focused quotes on every platform. Right? So community is the heart of humanity. I guess I didn't have to double quote things. And then over here, community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. All right, so that is, and so I can go here, I can enable built-in quotes, and then I'll have a little mix. These are the sites, and now if I want to undo what I just did, right, you can pause it for a few minutes. You can pause it forever. So I can go through here, I can just mark forever, and there, my timeline is back as it was before. Right? No harm, no foul, all good. Everything is back as it was. Now, one thing to note, aside from what I've already shared, is that this only works in Chrome. So it's not going to affect your scrolling or your access to the news feed on your phone if you're a phone scroller, unless you're using Chrome to access social media platforms, which typically we don't. So this really works for you if you are somebody who uses social media specifically on your computer using the Chrome web browser. So I hope this helps you. If you've not heard of Newsfeed Eradicator, definitely tell me what you think about this video in the comments. Or if you have been using Newsfeed Eradicator for a long time, I would love to hear what made you start using it and how much time you think it saves for you. Because I know it saves me a ton of time when I need to hyper focus.